Okay,
I really
I
appreciate you
I
coming
need
in.
to
I know
go.
how tough Pred can be, but he sometimes gets
Nah,
lost
I
in the
don't give.
details.
I've been
So,
through Soze. Spread's nothing.
well, Soze's probably gonna be Marshal too. So,
What?
yeah, actually, I don't know if you know this. He's actually probably gonna be helping out the LSPD in a week or so. I don't know if they.
How?
Well, you keep this between you and me, okay? But if Nino wins, he's gonna be bringing in some outside help to shape up the LSPD, and you know, Soze's treason charge is probably gonna get vacated.
How?
Well, you weren't paying attention to the actual outcome of the trial, were you?
I mean, he got found guilty.
Right. Well, we after we went through the evidence after the verdict of the trial, and we were asked to do our judgment, a lot of issues came up, and a lot of issues that would render the verdict null came up. So there's a possibility that his charges are going to be vacated. Hasn't 100% happened yet, but it's possible. So I mean, if I were you, I'd do your best to make sure Nino.
Cops, you know that, right?
I'm away, very well away. However, Soze.
What are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
This guy to be a marshal after he literally.
Listen,
what the fuck is going on?
What do you mean? What the fuck's going on?
This guy literally shot cops, Angel.
I'm away.
Like less than a month ago, it feels like.
It was not less than a month ago.
Marshal.
Listen, the city is a wild place where things can change. No one's past is going to be held against them permanently. You know that.
It was a month and a half ago.
Okay. Well, he's getting an expungement.
You can expunge treason?
No, you cannot. Listen, okay. I understand that you might be upset about it.
This has been a whole it's just a whole lot of. You have to understand it from my shoes. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I get that. I totally understand that.
I don't blame you for. I'm jealous as all get out for your department. But you have a department that's gotten everything that we've asked for the past 2 months. You have Kyle Pred, which God knows. I mean, I don't know what the fuck his intentions are. You got the guy that's calling me a hippie. That's the first thing he says to me. And you got Soze coming in.
Possibly. I mean, that's like a big question mark, you know?
Is this just like slap on the face? Like, what the fuck did I do?
You didn't do anything. The issue is, Bones, is that a lot of the points that Soze brought up were right. And a lot of the points that would have made his treason stick, the underlying points that he was making, there was some truth to them. And that means that a treason charge is much harder to push on him. And because the verdict was rendered like that, it's possibly going to be vacated. I understand that you're frustrated. I would be too, frankly, if I was in your perspective.
It's everybody. And then I get constantly, like, people are worried, concerned about this shit, and they're like, whoa, look at all these. There's a lot of people behind me or that work with me. And they're too scared to speak up about how they really feel, but they'll voice it in private. So,
well, I mean, what's the issues? I'd like to hear them.
I mean, I just laid it out. Like, what are we doing? What the hell is going on?
You know, Soze is one of the most accomplished people I know, right?
I don't discredit Soze, but the guy is literally, I mean, I don't know.
Here's the issue, okay? I understand when you say, you know, the guy's done these terrible things. Most people have done bad things in the past, right? Most people have committed crimes, committed felonies, violent felonies. They've done things that are dubious in nature. But there's always a second chance that's possible for them. And frankly, Soze has so much institutional knowledge with the way that he's run his past departments that it would be a huge shame to squander that because of a mistake he made. He ran the state police for as long as I've been in existence, essentially. Like he was one of the people that was responsible for hiring me. And, you know, I can't forget how much institutional knowledge he carries behind him and how helpful it could be. I also think that if you talk to him, it might help understand a bit of his mental space. He's a completely different person now.
That guy just drills shit into me. It's not a healthy conversation ever.
I understand that.
He's an asshole. He's a dickhead. Fuck that. I've tried. I've answered all his fucking phone calls with his bad faith arguments, and him trying to explain the reasoning behind people storming MRPD and killing all these cops, and him trying to justify that and say it's my fault that they did this. I'm good.
Well, I'm not trying to get you to be friends with him. I'm just trying to get you to understand my perspective a little bit. Because, you know, from the outside in...
Honestly, it's frustrating, Angel.
I get it.
It really is.
I understand. But I mean,
look
at this. Look at this this way.
I can get through it.
Who am I else? Who else am I to pick? The entire police department's full of useless idiots.
Yeah, and I'm sure this is just gonna make them so much more useful.
Probably can't hire it. I mean, listen. I think you're gonna kind of forget about all this. He's not being hired, like today. Like honestly, I haven't even decided if I'm hiring him at all. Like he's gonna be the. He told me. He told me. Yes, he's actually gonna. And that's for you guys to deal with. That's not my decision.
I know it's not your decision, but like, it's just insane. It's insane.
Well, here's what I think you should do, okay? If you guys really have that much of an issue with it, if it does happen that way, if Nino does end up putting Soze in as a liaison trainer for the LSPD, I think that if you really feel that that is so bad and it's impeachable, you should file impeachment articles.
I don't know what it's going to be. I just know it's going to be hell on earth for me. That guy's going to... His one goal is to get rid of me.
I don't think he wants to get rid of you.
He made it clear to me.
How so?
In the court case, he said that I'm a piece of shit and he would do everything in his power to make sure I don't get in office again.
Yeah, but he was upset. He yelled a lot of terrible things that he apologized for. He hasn't apologized to you.
He's never apologized. Ever. What the fuck?
He's apologized to the justices. And I'm sure I could get him to apologize to you too.
I don't want you to get him to apologize. I want it to be on his behalf. I don't even need an apology. I don't care. Like I don't care. I've already been called enough things. I've already dealt with enough shit from him. It's just insane.